so we are back with another video. So this is going to be my 2026 TBR. My main goal is not to really focus on how many books I've read in a year, mainly on how many days I'm reading in a year. I'm really focusing on not really pushing myself and not really forcing myself to ingest all these books when I'm not able to hold on to the information that's being read and the information that I'm given. So we're gonna go for how many days I'm reading in a year and really build up a habit that way. And also, I don't want to say I'm on a book buying ban. I am just being a little bit more conscious with what I'm buying, what I'm purchasing to put on my bookshelf. I have a lot of books. I kind of wanted to get into my January TBR of the books that I am really wanting to get into this year. I was talking about these two vampire classics. I was talking about them in my reading vlog video, so if you want to go check that out. I have a question for you. So which one is your favorite classic? Do you like the Dracula classic or do you like the Carmilla classic? What you think in the comments below. So comment what your favorite is. And also, why is it your favorite? I would love to hear why either one of these is your favorite. And also what we're gonna figure out is replacing one of the books that I had originally wanted to read for January. We're deciding to change that. Actually, I'm gonna put this over here. We're gonna change one book that I have. I have a book club that I am a part of. It's not my book club, it's She Cozy and Lit. She's here on YouTube as well. She has a Discord where she has a whole book club and talks about books and all that stuff. And I had talked about this particular book is This Ravenous Fate by Haley Denning. This Ravenous Fate by Haley Dennings. This was supposed to be my January read, but I'm changing this to February because I kind of want to read this with my book friends that I have in my book club. And so let me know if you would like to join me in a book club, maybe my own book club. We'll see. But yeah, This Ravenous Fate. It's a vampire novel. The vampires are called Reapers. It's set in like the 1920s, late 1920s. If you're into like the tropes, it's enemies to lovers. I'm not really big on tropes. That was why I really wanted to read this book. Vampires, lesbian vampires in the 1920s. You got me. There's this book, Our Vicious Descent. This is the sequel to This Ravenous Fate. This one, if I read This Ravenous Fate before the end of February, I'll probably either read this one near the end of February. I will read this in March, which seems like this is going to be March's book. Then, as you know, I love Carmilla, I love Dracula. Those are my two favorite classics that I read. This is a retelling of Carmilla called Hungerstone. That was mainly what really enticed me to buy this book and want to read it. Carmilla is one of my favorite classics. I love retellings if they're done well. I haven't read this one yet. People said it's really good, so I am definitely going to give this a try. Then I got this book for Christmas in 2025. It's called The Vampire Stalker. This was one that my parents had given me. I don't really know much about this book. But what I do know of like the description of the book is that it's a girl who was reading a book, a woman who was reading a book, and the book somehow starts to turn over into like her actual day-to-day life, and like the characters are starting to come through the book, and she's pretty much reliving this book's plot line. And I was like, that sounds pretty interesting. I definitely want to give this a read, and this one will definitely be April's read, because this actually sounds really interesting. And it's a short read. It's like 257. And this is a young adult novel, so we'll see how it goes. Now, this next book I'm super excited to talk about. This Girl is a Killer. I'm super excited to read into this book, dive into this book. A little thing about me. I love when an FMC, a female main character, or even an NBMC, non-binary main character, is all about teaching bad men lessons. And this is about Cordelia Black, who is the main FMC, and she teaches bad men lessons, let's just say. I'm really wanting to get into this and dive into it because this sounds so freaking cool. And it says like her three... Okay, Cordelia Black loves exactly 3 things: her chosen family, her hairdresser, worth every penny plus tip, and bad men. So, and this is one thing I've realized about myself in 2025, is that when I had gotten a new book, they're either murder mysteries or set in Louisiana to the second book. But yeah, that's pretty much why I wanted to get that book and why I'm putting it for my 2026 TBR. Here's another one. So, This Girl's a Killer and this book, Gothic Town, I got for Christmas. My wife bought me for Christmas. And so, this one I thought was really cool. I'm all for like a spooky tale, a horror type of tale of like someone who's moving to a new, I was gonna say country, but that's not what I meant. A new town, a new state, by this really old Victorian house. And it happens to be spooky haunted. I'm all for that, where there's some like things that are not right, especially the person that they bought it from. So I'll read a little bit of it. It says, in this riveting, skillfully told, and irresistibly twisted Southern Gothic novel of psychological suspense — I'm all for psychological suspense — a woman who moves her family to an outwardly idyllic town finds that a darkness lurks beneath the friendly smiles and sun-dappled streets. I was like, yes, please. That is the physical TBR. I don't know if I want... I had to grab some snacks just in case if a train comes by again. I don't know what I want to read next. I have so many books, but I'm like, I don't know what I want to read next. This one. We're gonna do this one. Okay, so I've decided this one. This one's kind of similar to Gothic Town in a way of like, it's someone who moves into a house that's Victorian in a new state, and there's some like creepy happenings that happen. So I think I'm gonna read this one. It's called The Stranger Upstairs. It's by Lisa M. Matlin. So we're gonna give this a read. So I'm gonna add this to my TBR cart for the physical copies. Move my bookmarks out of the way. With that said, I said that there were 6 books. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 books here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 7. We have 7 books here. So I need 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I need, is that right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 5. We need 5 more books if I can count. Okay, so I think I need a book to read. Maybe I should read The Stranger Upstairs. Maybe I don't need another book to read. Okay, anyways, we got that figured out. So I also have ebooks that I'm wanting to read for the rest of the year. Just kind of have my options open. So we need 5 more books. I already have started, especially in the vlog that I had previously posted, is A Guard's Refrain by Ash Hester. Let me go back to where I was. There we go. So we have that for 7, 8, 9. This was a Stuff Your Kindle book that I got, and it's a sapphic, just like a regular sapphic book. This isn't a vampire book, but by A. Goswami, called Undeniable. So I think this might be number 9. No. Oh, no, there's another one. So for number 10, I already know what number 10 is going to be. Number 10 is going to be Caught Between Cozy and Kink. I've been dying to read this book. It is super cute. She's coming out with a second book. I think it actually got released. It gets released this month, but Caught Between Cozy and Kink. This is one I've been really wanting to read. It's by Ruby Dare. It's actually kind of really funny. It's really campy, really cute. So we're gonna go with that. That's number 10. So I need 2 more. Oh yeah, this one. The Guy Sure Looks Like Plant Food to Me. It's like Little Shop of Horrors inspired, and it's a sapphic. You can't really see it, but you can kind of see it right there. The Guy Sure Looks Like Plant Food to Me by Santana Knox. Oh, this is a Santana Knox book. I did not know that. I did not know that when I downloaded it. So we'll definitely be reading this. I've heard that author's a really good author. So that will be number 11. And I need number 12. This one. I am a sucker for a monster romance. I don't care if it's like smutty. I don't care about that stuff. If it's a monster romance, I'm for it. Smut is just a plus. But I mainly am looking for monster romances of any type. But How to Get a Girlfriend When You're a Terrifying Monster. This is a cozy fantasy romance, so I know that this one's not going to have too much of smut base, which I'm good with that. Maria Cardinal is the one that wrote this one. And actually, a lot of you, if you're on my TikTok, if you follow me on TikTok, it's the same at Fangs and Pages, have recommended this book and said it's really good. So I'm going to give this one a read. There you have it. That is my TBR for 2026. I'm super excited to get into all these books. A lot of them I have no idea what I'm getting into, and I like to keep it that way. I like to not really know a whole bunch about a book. Like, I want to be surprised when I read. I want to go along for the journey. So with that said, I hope you all have a beautiful day. May you sink your fangs into some pages, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!